All right, so hello, Chelle Coin community. We had a little bit of logistics there, getting us up and running. But we're here today. We have some exciting updates for you. We have our app, our AQRE App prototype, and we're going to be able to display that for you today. Very exciting. It's going to walk you through how new users can enter the AQRE App and the AQRE ecosystem, and it's going to show how existing users can go ahead and invest in properties as well as claim their investment returns and view all of their holdings. So let's get a walkthrough of that right now.
So we'll dive into this. So this is just a working prototype as our developers are still finalizing the app, getting ready for production. We kind of just wanted to show the community the user flow, see that this is a user-centric design, and to essentially just show the process under which the app flow will work. So we log in, you have to provide us with all the login credentials and your Ethereum wallet address. And you log into the app and then you're brought to the home screen. The oracleizing service that we previously spoke about in other live streams, this will take the live data from one of our exchanges to showcase the actual live market value of Chelle coins. And on the home screen, you can also see the recently added properties, and we wanted to keep minimal call to actions to keep the users kind of focused as to what the main concept or the main duty is per screen. So here you'll see your allocation token balance, and exchange more, you come to the exchange screen. And in the exchange screen, as you want to zoom in a little bit, Nick, you'll see your Chelle wallet and your balance of Chelle tokens. And if you wish to exchange more, you just tap, and through the oracleizing service, 10,000 Chelle coins will give you 18,019 allocation tokens. You confirm that, and then you're brought to our properties screen. And as we previously mentioned before, our properties are broken out into premium and secondary properties. And if you want to touch a little bit about that, Conrad.
So the difference between premium and secondary properties or bounty properties, we talked about this in our recent live stream. Premium properties are for users that paid for Chelle Coin during the ICO, or for users that purchase Chelle Coin on endorsed secondary markets. Endorsed secondary markets are exchanges that Chelle Coin lists on and that we endorse and publicize within our social media channels, such as our Telegram chat. Now, if users participated in our bounties or airdrops, they're going to receive Chelle coins, and those Chelle coins are redeemable for bounty allocation tokens, and those are also redeemable within the app, and those can be invested into the bounty allocation properties that we saw here. We have them in, not the ones that are marked with the premium logo, but in the other properties. Now, any users wishing to upgrade into the premium section can do this by purchasing additional Chelle coins on the premium secondary markets.
So if you want to come back to the app, so you can view through all of our property listings. All premium properties will be showcased with a premium badge. And it'd be interesting to look through the different properties because you will see that the average monthly rent will be higher on certain properties, as well as a residual back pay. And that's something that's kind of important for a user to hear. As you can see, there's 21.125 ETH residual payback. And Con, if you wanted to kind of dive into that as well.
Right, so this back pay, let's keep the phone up here. So the back pay mechanic is something that we're really excited to dive into a little bit more detail on. So for example, we see this 4-bedroom home here is 51% invested. This means a remaining 49% of the allocation space is open. Anyone can still invest in this property. Now, because we only collect a set fee from each property returns, the remaining returns are distributed to all investors. Now, in this scenario, not enough investors stepped up to fully allocate this property. This means ETH is sitting in the in the payment smart contract and is awaiting further investment. So if another investor was to come along and invest into this property via allocation tokens, this investor would immediately get back paid ETH for the prior months that this person would have invested. So let's say after 3 months, 3 payments have gone through to a bunch of to some investors, and the other 3 payments for the remaining allocation space is set into the payment smart contract. The new investor comes in, creates a new allocation and is immediately back paid for those 3 months, pro rata for their current value of investment. So this incentivizes people to use their CHL and invest, because if people aren't doing so, then ETH will continuously build up on the app and for these properties until users step in and claim them. This model self-stabilizes Chelle Coin and incentivizes the usage of Chelle Coin, and incentivizes further usage of the app.
So yeah, just to bring it back, there will be a lot of property details. Something that isn't on this prototype is the property financials that will be listed, and I think will be displaying as far back as 2018, maybe as far back as 2017 on some properties. You'll see the location of each property, and if you choose to invest, you'll be brought to a little modal screen, which you can then see your allocation token balance, and as we previously mentioned, our BAT balance. And seeing that this is a premium property, that doesn't make a difference. You enter your token, your investment amount, confirm, and we want to have as many confirmation screens as possible, or as much as a user can tolerate, to ensure that you don't misallocate your tokens.
And the reason we have these confirmation windows is because these are longer term investments. Real estate isn't something you invest in and you get out in a couple of weeks. Like, you don't really day trade real estate. So because each investment is a commitment, we want to make sure that each person is aware of the commitment that they're making.
So then you come back to properties, and there's one more feature that we kind of want to go over, is the wallet. So here you'll have your Ethereum wallet and your Chelle wallet. So we'll go over the Chelle. You'll have your full Chelle token balance, as well as your allocation token balance, and all the properties that you have invested in. You can then see on a monthly basis how much each property has paid you, and the ETH amount that it was valued at, just to keep all things on the blockchain and to keep everything transparent to our users. You can then see your transfers. So anytime you go and exchange your tokens, it'll all be listed here as well, and it'll be listed on the blockchain. If you go back to the wallet, you have your Ethereum wallet, your total balance of Ethereum, and the unclaimed residuals. And if you want to talk to that, Conrad.
Right. So because we are doing payments monthly, and payments are being distributed from a variety of properties. Like, for example, if users invested in 30 properties at a time, they would be getting 30 transactions monthly. Now, all these transaction fees could add up and affect the person's bottom line. So what we do is, all the ETH gets held in the Ether smart contract, and only users can claim this ETH. So when a user will see their unclaimed ETH balance, they may say, hey, I want to now withdraw 5, and they'll initiate that command and pay a single transaction fee for this withdrawal, instead of paying continuous transaction fees for every transaction being automatically assumed as withdrawal. So instead.
And that's what we have for the prototype. This is just a very top line demo we wanted to show you guys, just to kind of show the progress we're making. And if you guys have any recommendations, or if you're confused at all by the user flow, we're happy to hear what you have to say. We want to keep this as simple and as useful for our users, and